Scientists are raising alarms about a mysterious predator lurking in the ocean, and it's targeting great white sharks. These majestic giants, once considered the top of the food chain, are now facing a new threat that has experts deeply concerned. As researchers investigate this unsettling phenomenon, they urge us to pay attention. Something big is stirring beneath the waves, and it could change the dynamics of the ocean forever. White shark's mysterious disappearance? In 2003, an Australian research team tagged a great white shark named Shark Alpha off the coast of southwestern Australia. The shark was 9 feet long and was fitted with a tag designed to record its movements, depth, and the surrounding water temperature. This allowed scientists to track the shark's behavior as it swam through the ocean, providing important data on great white sharks' habits and migration patterns. For the first few months, everything seemed normal. Shark Alpha swam around the ocean as expected, and the tag continued to transmit regular data. However, after just 4 months, something highly unusual occurred. The tag recorded a sudden and rapid dive. Shark Alpha had plunged nearly 2,000 feet, far deeper than great whites are known to swim. What shocked the scientists even more was the drastic spike in temperature that accompanied this dive. The temperature around the shark suddenly rose from 46 degrees Fahrenheit to 78 degrees Fahrenheit. Then, Shark Alpha disappeared completely. There was no sign of the shark, and the tag stopped transmitting any more data about its location or movements. Several days later, the tag washed up on shore about 2.5 miles from where the shark had first been tagged. However, there was no trace of Shark Alpha herself. This unexpected development left the researchers puzzled, and they began analyzing the data in detail to figure out what had happened. The strange temperature spike and deep dive led them to believe that Shark Alpha had been attacked and possibly eaten by something much larger. Great white sharks do not usually dive to such extreme depths, nor do they experience such sudden temperature changes. The 78-degree reading indicated that Shark Alpha had likely been consumed by a larger animal, with the tag passing into its stomach. The shark's sudden disappearance and the bizarre data collected by the tag pointed to a mysterious predator that could overpower a strong, nearly 1-ton great white shark. What perplexed scientists even further was the condition of the tag when it washed ashore months later. It was found corroded by gastric acid, implying that Alpha had been ingested by a larger predator. This posed an unnerving question. What kind of creature could possibly overpower and consume a great white shark? Before this mystery unfolded, Shark Alpha had been swimming near a group of other great white sharks close to shore. They had been drawn to the area by the smell of whale carcasses that had washed up. Spotting this rare gathering of sharks, the research team saw an opportunity to study their movements more closely. They arrived with geotagging equipment and used long poles with special needles to attach the tags to the shark's dorsal fins. Shark Alpha was one of the first to be tagged, and at the time, it seemed like a routine part of their research. However, just 4 months later, on Christmas Eve, the researchers noticed something alarming in the data. Shark Alpha had been swimming normally when the abrupt dive and temperature spike occurred. The researchers were stunned by these findings. They concluded that Shark Alpha must have been overpowered by a larger, unknown predator. This was especially shocking because great white sharks are considered apex predators in the ocean, meaning they are usually at the top of the food chain. Whatever attacked Shark Alpha was powerful enough to drag the large shark down into the deep ocean and consume it. Dave's deep-sea adventure. David Riggs, a filmmaker hired by the Smithsonian Institute to document the tracking project, couldn't believe the data. Determined to uncover the mystery behind Alpha's demise, he embarked on an expedition to the so-called kill zone off the south coast of Australia. David was determined to solve the deep-sea mystery of the great white shark's strange disappearance. He knew diving without the right equipment would be too dangerous, so he decided to build his own submarine. Using a metal frame, parts from an old lawnmower, and 5 layers of fiberglass, he constructed an underwater vehicle. The question was whether this homemade contraption could survive the immense pressure of the deep sea. His goal was to protect himself from the ocean's deadliest creatures and discover what was lurking below. Although David had no idea what awaited him beneath the surface, his curiosity drove him forward. Despite the obvious risks, he gathered a team of equally daring adventurers. They all squeezed into the cramped submarine, ready to face the unknown. As they began their descent, it quickly became clear that the journey would be far more difficult than they had anticipated. Just 65 feet below the surface, they were surrounded by approximately 40 whaler sharks and an entire pod of killer whales. Realizing the danger of staying too long in such perilous company, they had no choice but to abort the mission and return to the surface. Even though the mission was cut short, it wasn't a total failure. David and his team made a key discovery. The area they explored, referred to as the kill zone, was teeming with whaler sharks and killer whales. This raised a critical question. Could one of these predators be responsible for the disappearance of Alpha, the legendary shark? One theory pointed to the copper shark, also known as the bronze whaler or narrow-toothed shark. This species is found in temperate waters across the globe, from the northeastern and southwestern Atlantic to southern Africa, and even around Australia and New Zealand. Occasionally, they are spotted in equatorial regions. Copper sharks are highly adaptable, living in diverse environments such as brackish rivers, estuaries, shallow bays, and offshore waters as deep as 100 meters. Copper sharks can grow up to an impressive 3.3 meters in length. They are often confused with other large requiem sharks because of their similar appearance. However, the copper shark has some unique features, such as narrow, hook-shaped upper teeth and a smooth bronze coloration. Unlike other sharks, it lacks a noticeable ridge between its dorsal fins. The copper shark's diet consists of bony fish, squid, and other cartilaginous fish. They are fast swimmers and sometimes hunt in groups, especially during the annual sardine run off South Africa's coast, where millions of pilchards flood the waters. Copper sharks are viviparous, which means they give birth to live young. Females have litters of 7 to 24 pups every 2 years, after a gestation period that lasts between 12 and 21 months. Despite their large size and occasional link to shark attacks, copper sharks are not considered a major threat to humans, and it's quite unlikely that they were behind the disappearance of shark Alpha. They rank 10th in terms of unprovoked shark attacks, with only 15 non-fatal incidents and 1 fatal attack recorded. However, the copper shark population is vulnerable due to slow growth and low reproductive rates. Overfishing is another major threat to their survival, as they are often caught unintentionally by commercial fisheries. As a result, the International Union for Conservation of Nature, IUCN, has classified the copper shark as a vulnerable species, emphasizing the need for conservation efforts to protect them from further decline. On the other hand, the possibility of a whaler shark devouring shark Alpha is also highly unlikely, as they rarely ever grow larger than a great white and would be at a great disadvantage in a fight with one ocean's unmatched predator, the orca. Another possible predator that may have devoured the great white shark Alpha is the orca. Also known as killer whales, orcas are the ocean's top predators, even stronger than the great white shark. Though great whites are feared by many, killer whales are a different story altogether. These black and white marine mammals are members of the dolphin family, Delphinidae, which includes dolphins and other large species like long-finned and short-finned pilot whales. While their names include whale, they are technically dolphins. Orcas are found in every ocean, making them the most widely distributed of all cetaceans, which refers to whales and dolphins. Scientists have identified different populations of orcas worldwide, each having distinct characteristics or ecotypes. These differences are significant enough that some scientists believe these orca groups may even be different species or subspecies. One of the most recognizable features of orcas is their distinctive black and white coloring. They live in a variety of habitats, from open seas to coastal waters. Orcas also have the most diverse diet of all cetaceans, eating fish, seals, and even sharks, though each population specializes in its own hunting style and prey. They often hunt together in packs, using coordinated strategies similar to how wolves hunt on land. In the past, humans hunted orcas for various reasons. Fishermen would kill them to protect their fish supplies, believing that orcas were a threat to fisheries. While capturing orcas for aquariums and marine parks is no longer legal in the United States, it remains a global issue. These days, the threats facing orcas include food shortages, chemical pollution, and noise from ships. Conservationists are working hard to address these problems by restoring prey populations, establishing protected habitats, and setting rules to protect orcas, especially the endangered southern resident killer whale population. Orcas thrive in all kinds of environments, from icy Arctic waters to warm tropical seas. They are known for eating a variety of prey, including fish, sharks, and seals. This is probably why the scientists investigating shark alpha's disappearance may have been caused by a formidable orca. Some orca groups, or pods, have even developed specialized diets depending on their region. But orcas are more than just hunters. They are also very social creatures. They live in close-knit family groups, passing down important knowledge such as hunting techniques and unique vocal traditions from one generation to the next. When it comes to size, male orcas are especially impressive. They typically grow between 6 to 8 meters long and weigh more than 6 tons. Female orcas are slightly smaller but still sizable, measuring 5 to 7 meters in length and weighing around 3 to 4 tons. In some rare cases, males can reach up to 9.8 meters, and females can grow as long as 8.5 meters, which is about the size of a bus. Despite their massive size and strength, orcas are not known to be aggressive toward humans in the wild. There has never been a confirmed case of a wild orca attacking a person. However, in captivity, there have been unfortunate incidents where captive orcas have injured their trainers at marine parks. This suggests that while orcas generally don't pose a threat to people in the wild, their behavior can change in captivity. Orcas are incredibly fast and powerful animals, able to take down large prey, including sharks. However, evidence suggests that an orca attack doesn't quite explain the disappearance of shark alpha. For instance, the great white shark alpha was tagged and later found to have been attacked at a depth of 1,900 feet. Since killer whales are primarily surface hunters and rarely dive that deep, it is unlikely that an orca was responsible. Additionally, the temperature inside the predator that attacked shark alpha was recorded at 78 Fahrenheit, whereas orcas have a body temperature closer to that of humans, around 100 Fahrenheit. This leaves us with a mystery. If it wasn't a killer whale that attacked the shark, what could it have been? Giant squid, or a kraken? Besides the orcas, copper and whaler sharks, another contender for causing the wipeout of the great white shark alpha is surprisingly a squid. Giant squids live in the deep sea, making them difficult to study. Much of what we know comes from squids that have washed ashore or been caught in fishing nets. These massive creatures belong to the family Architeuthidea and are scientifically known as Architeuthis ducks. On August 16, 2022, a giant squid washed up on Scarborough Beach in the Western Cape of South Africa. This squid measured more than 4 meters long, but these invertebrates can grow up to 3 times that length. Experts from Izuko museums collected samples from the squid for further study. Modern technology, including deep-sea cameras, has allowed researchers to capture footage of giant squids in their natural habitat. But much about their lifestyle and behavior remains unclear. Females can grow to lengths of 12 to 13 meters, while males reach around 10 meters. Despite their enormous size, our understanding of these creatures is limited. Genetic research indicates that there is only one recognized species, though some claims suggest specimens measuring over 20 meters. However, these reports lack scientific documentation. The first images of giant squids in the wild were taken by a Japanese team in 2004. Giant squids are widespread, inhabiting all of the world's oceans. They are often found near continental and island slopes, from the North Atlantic Ocean, including areas like Newfoundland and Norway, to the South Atlantic around southern Africa. They also inhabit the Pacific Ocean around Japan, New Zealand, and Australia. However, specimens are rare in tropical and polar regions. Giant squids are fearsome predators. They feed on deep-sea fish, such as orange roughy and other squid species. Using their two long tentacles equipped with serrated sucker rings, they capture prey and draw it toward their powerful beaks. They shred their food with their radula before consuming it. Despite their size, giant squids are considered solitary hunters, with individual squids often caught in fishing nets. Interestingly, they have been observed engaging in cannibalistic behavior, suggesting they may occasionally prey on each other. These interactions may occur due to competition for resources or territorial disputes. Giant squids reside in the dark depths of the ocean, specifically at the depths where the shark alpha met its end. Their powerful tentacles, lined with gripping suckers, can ensnare prey from over 10 meters away. Some wonder if a giant squid could overpower a great white shark. This theory seems plausible, especially since giant squids remain somewhat of a mystery to scientists due to their deep-sea habitat. The ocean's depths are among the least explored parts of our planet, making them a prime location for mysterious predators. However, there is not enough evidence to confirm this theory. One possibility is that there were once shark-eating creatures that roamed the oceans. Historically, sailors' tales speak of the Kraken, a monstrous sea creature that could destroy whole fleets and even devour entire crews. Although the colossal squid matches part of this mythical description, scientists still doubt it could defeat and consume a great white shark like Alpha, largely because squids are typically prey for other predators rather than hunters of sharks. Considering that 80% of the ocean is still unexplored, the Kraken theory is not as far-fetched as it might sound. Sperm whale theory. Another possible suspect was the sperm whale, one of the largest whales in the world, capable of diving down to nearly 12,000 meters. Sperm whales use echolocation to hunt and can send out the loudest sounds produced by any animal, disorienting their prey. Sperm whales inhabit a world of sound. Sunlight only reaches the upper few hundred meters of water. It is always dark underneath. Sperm whales spend more than half of their lives at depths of 500 meters or more. Thus, eyesight is not especially effective for hunting. The whale species name, Macrocephalus, translates as big head. A little rough, but to be fair, their head is about a third of their body length. A considerable portion of this real estate is taken up by trash, which is a mass of oil-saturated fatty tissue that serves as a component of their sound generation and biosonar systems. The whales utilize this organ to emit extraordinarily loud clicks, which are the loudest noises made by any mammal. A 1980 research used historical whaling data to evaluate the food of sperm whales. Several huge sharks were discovered in the whales' stomachs, including a 2.5-meter basking shark and enormous deep-water sleeper sharks, a species that includes Greenland sharks. In 1998, a pod of 3 sperm whales was also seen attacking a megamouth shark, one of the most enigmatic sharks in the world, off Sulawesi, Indonesia. Pelagic sharks, such as blues and makos, are fully capable. A research in Kaikoura discovered that buzzes were rarely observed between the surface and 300 meters deep. In fact, the upper several meters are well lit, so echolocation may not be as important for hunting success. In the darkness of the deep sea, though, sharks are clearly a routine snack. Researchers examined 133 sperm whale stomachs from New Zealand between 1963 and 64, when there was commercial whaling. Half of their diet was fish, including a lot of deep-water sharks. However, sperm whales generally prefer to feed on squid and are not agile enough to rapidly drag a shark like Alpha to the depths recorded, which is why scientists had a hard time proving that shark Alpha may have been attacked by a sperm whale. Spinosaurus, the aquatic predator. For many years, scientists have debated how the Spinosaurus aegyptiacus hunted its prey. This dinosaur lived during the late Cretaceous period, approximately 100 to 94 million years ago. It was one of the largest predators ever known, with unique adaptations for both land and water. Some experts believe that Spinosaurus was an excellent swimmer, capable of diving deep into the water to catch fish. Others argue it was a semi-aquatic dinosaur that waded in shallow waters near the shore to grab its meals. Spinosaurus, often called the spine lizard, roamed North Africa during its time. In 1912, German paleontologist Ernst Stromer discovered some fossils in Egypt, officially introducing Spinosaurus to the world in 1915. Unfortunately, the original bones were lost during World War II. In the 21st century, new fossil discoveries have raised questions about whether there is one species of Spinosaurus or two. The main species, S. aegyptiacus, is known from Egypt, but there is potential for a second species, S. moroccanus, found in Morocco. Additionally, there is some debate over whether Sigilmassasaurus is simply a variation of Spinosaurus. When discussing Spinosaurus, it is essential to consider its size and physical characteristics. It is one of the most massive carnivorous dinosaurs, reaching lengths of up to 14 meters and weighing around 7.4 metric tons. Its long skull resembled that of a crocodile, featuring sharp, conical teeth designed for grasping slippery prey. The forelimbs of Spinosaurus were robust, with 3 fingers and large claws. Its impressive sail-like structure on its back was formed by elongated vertebrae, which could stand up to 1.65 meters tall. This sail might have helped with temperature control, attracted mates, or intimidated other dinosaurs. Spinosaurus was not just a land-based predator, it also spent considerable time in the water. Evidence suggests it was semi-aquatic, with leg bones that were denser than those of other dinosaurs, allowing for better control in the water. Its tail was long and paddle-like, which would have helped it swim through ancient mangrove forests. Some scientists believe that Spinosaurus was capable of preying on sharks, suggesting that this giant dinosaur had a varied diet. However, it likely could not dive as deep as a great white shark. Another fascinating creature from this era was the Mosasaurus, known as a giant marine lizard that ruled the seas during the late Cretaceous, approximately 82 to 66 million years ago. The first Mosasaurus skulls were discovered in a chalk quarry in the Netherlands. At first, people mistook them for crocodiles or even whales. In 1808, naturalist Georges Cuvier identified them as large marine reptiles. By 1822, William Daniel Conybeare named them Mosasaurus, honoring their riverbank roots. Mosasaurus was massive, with the largest species, M. hoffmanni, estimated to be about 17.1 meters long, making it longer than a school bus. However, recent studies suggest it might have been around 13 meters in length. This creature had rows of sharp teeth designed for slicing through prey. Its limbs acted as paddles, perfect for navigating ancient waters. Additionally, they had keen eyesight, which helped it hunt despite having a poor sense of smell. Mosasaurus came in various shapes and sizes, from the robust M. hoffmanni to the sleek M. lemonieri. Recent research has confirmed at least 5 species within the Mosasaurus genus. These creatures were widespread, found in North and South America, Europe, Africa, Western Asia, and even Antarctica. Wherever they lived, Mosasaurus preyed on a variety of animals, including bony fish, sea turtles, and even other Mosasaurus. Despite their impressive size and adaptations, life in the ancient oceans was not always easy for these giant reptiles. Extinction of Mosasaurus. Mosasaurus was a powerful marine reptile that lived during the late Cretaceous period. It swam in the oceans, where it faced fierce competition from other predators. Pliosaurus and Tylosaurus were notable rivals, both hunting the same types of prey. These creatures were also large and fearsome, making the oceans a dangerous place for all of them. However, Mosasaurus was more adapted for deep-sea life compared to Spinosaurus. Its streamlined body, strong limbs, and powerful tail enabled it to swim at incredible speeds. This physical capability allowed it to chase down and capture prey like great white sharks effortlessly. Mosasaurus had several features that made it an effective predator. Its long, slender body was perfect for agile movements in the water. It had sharp teeth that were well suited for gripping slippery prey. Mosasaurus was not just fast, it was also intelligent, which helped it strategize while hunting. This combination of speed, strength, and intelligence made Mosasaurus one of the top predators of its time. Unfortunately, they went extinct at the end of the Cretaceous period, around 66 million years ago. This extinction coincided with the mass extinction event that wiped out the dinosaurs and many other species on Earth. The exact cause of this event is still a subject of research, but it is commonly linked to a combination of catastrophic events, such as a massive asteroid impact and extensive volcanic activity. These events led to significant environmental changes, making it hard for many species, including Mosasaurus, to survive. Fossils of Mosasaurus have only been found in rocks dated to the Cretaceous period. No fossils have been discovered in later rock layers, indicating that Mosasaurus did not survive into the Paleogene period. This lack of fossil evidence confirms that this remarkable creature was part of a bygone era. In recent years, Mosasaurus has captured the public's imagination, particularly through its representation in popular culture. One of the most famous depictions of Mosasaurus is in the movie Jurassic World. In this film, Mosasaurus is portrayed as a massive carnivorous marine reptile that is kept in a large enclosure. When the enclosure is breached, the Mosasaurus escapes and creates chaos among the park's visitors. This thrilling scene highlights the creature's fearsome nature and adds excitement to the film. Besides movies, Mosasaurus has appeared in many books, video games, and other media. Its fierce appearance and reputation as a top predator have made it a favorite subject for entertainment. The combination of its size, speed, and hunting prowess continues to intrigue people. As scientists learn more about Mosasaurus and its environment, this ancient marine reptile remains a captivating figure in both science and popular culture. The Great White Shark. What makes the great white shark special? The great white shark is a large predator from the Lamnidae family, which includes mako and salmon sharks. It is the biggest among them and is known as the largest predatory fish in the world. These sharks get their name from their white bellies. Their top sides can be various shades of brown and gray. This color pattern is called countershading, helping them blend in with their surroundings. The great white became well known after the release of the movie Jaws in 1975, featuring a massive great white shark. Recently, scientists discovered special skin cells in great whites called melanocytes. These cells can change the shark's color, making it easier to sneak up on prey. Great whites have torpedo-shaped bodies and strong tails, allowing them to swim quickly, reaching speeds of up to 35 miles per hour, about 50 kilometers per hour. Their powerful bite can exert a force of up to 1.8 metric tons, enabling them to inflict serious damage on their prey. Great white sharks thrive in waters with temperatures between 12 and 24 degrees Celsius. You can find them in locations like the United States, South Africa, Japan, and the Mediterranean Sea. They are not limited to shallow waters. These sharks can dive as deep as 1,200 meters, a feat that many other ocean creatures cannot match. Studies have shown that great whites travel between Baja California and Hawaii, sometimes staying in the area for over 100 days. They do not only stay in local groups, they interact with sharks from various regions. The migration patterns of great whites are intriguing. Some experts believe it might be related to the booming seal populations since the 1970s. These sharks eat a wide range of food, including fish, seals, and sea turtles. They use clever hunting strategies, often waiting near the surface to attack at the right moment. Great whites also have complex social behaviors. In South Africa, they establish a hierarchy where larger sharks dominate smaller ones. Females often lead, while local sharks can claim their territory against newcomers. When hunting, great whites do not engage in full-on fights. Instead, they often settle disputes with displays of strength and ritualistic behaviors. These sharks might also be more social than previously thought. Studies suggest they may form friendships to share information about food sources or survival tactics. They are curious creatures and can often be seen exploring their environment in groups. Some researchers even believe that great whites can change color based on their mood or hormones. Mating behavior in great whites remains somewhat mysterious. Recent observations suggest that they may mate in shallow waters, rolling around belly to belly. Interestingly, there is a phenomenon known as the bloop. This underwater sound was detected by NOAA in 1997 and was initially thought to be caused by a giant sea creature. Later, scientists concluded it was likely the result of glacier movements. The bloop was heard over 5,000 kilometers away, raising questions about its origin. Some researchers suggest it could be linked to ice calving, where chunks of ice break off glaciers. Others speculate it might have an animal origin, hinting at the possibility of a massive creature hiding in the ocean's depths. The mystery surrounding the great white shark and phenomena like the bloop continues to captivate scientists and enthusiasts alike as they seek to uncover more about these incredible creatures. Other far-fetched theories. An intriguing theory that seems more like a fantasy suggests the megalodon, an ancient predecessor of today's great white sharks who ruled the waters millions of years ago, may be the culprit. Megalodons may reach lengths of up to 30 meters and had biting forces comparable to those of a falling cruise ship anchor. So if a megalodon by chance still roams the deep waters, it can easily take out a great white. Is it feasible that a megalodon or another massive predator still exists, hiding in the deep and preying on great white sharks? While current science is skeptical, the concept piques the imagination. Finally, there was talk of Leviathan melvillei, an ancient whale with teeth about twice the size of megalodons, implying a monstrously powerful bite. Some of Leviathan's teeth were discovered in Australian seas near Alpha's home, adding to the sad possibilities for her demise. Despite examining a variety of exciting and terrifying ideas, experts, including David Riggs, concluded that Alpha was most likely murdered by another great white shark, which is consistent with the species' known cannibalistic behavior. However, this idea does not explain the temperature anomaly detected by the tracking tag. Scientists suggested that larger sharks may have somewhat higher body temperatures, but this hypothesis seemed like a stretch. The actual story of what happened to Alpha remains a frightening mystery of the deep ocean, leading us to speculate about the unknown giant predators lurking under the waters. We hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more.